Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. So today I was talking to a client who has their 53-year-old brother in ICU with a hemorrhagic stroke. And whilst he is not the power of attorney, he's obviously talking to his brother's wife, who is the power of attorney. And apparently she has already signed that the hospital can move his brother to hospice. And he's only been in intensive care for 2 weeks. And that's not a very long time after a hemorrhagic stroke in intensive care. No options were given for a tracheostomy, for example. The only option that was given was hospice and end of life. This man is 53 years of age, and it's way too early to remove life support. And it also goes to show, I can almost guarantee you now already, that if this man is going to pass away because the wife signed, that he can go to hospice and have end of life care, that they will have second thoughts eventually, and that they will come running asking for a medical record review. We see this so many times now, where families in intensive care don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what to look for, and they don't know what questions to ask. They don't know about their rights, and they don't know how to manage doctors and nurses in intensive care. And they don't realize that they are being led by intensive care teams that don't necessarily have the best interest of their loved one at heart, right? So you got to question everything. For example, another phone call that I had today was with a client who was inquiring about a medical record review. He said that his dad was having open heart surgery 6 months ago. Initially, he had 3 blockages and surgery went well. He then went into ICU, got extubated. Everything looked fine. And then within the next 24 hours, he became confused, agitated, his oxygen levels dropped. He got put back on the ventilator, got re-intubated, and then passed away after another 10 days. And he still doesn't know to this day how his dad has passed away. And he still doesn't know to this day why they had to re-intubate him and so forth. He really has no idea what happened. And then I also asked him, did he know that we exist at intensivecarehotline.com that does all the advocacy, does all the questioning when families have loved ones in intensive care? And he said no, he only found out about us now. And you got to spread the word about us, that we can help as many people as possible that have loved ones in intensive care and help save their lives. And it's critically important because we can see all across the world, really, that intensive care units are not doing what's best for patients. They're doing what's best for them. They're doing what's best for their bottom line, and you gotta wonder. Another call that I had today was with another client who has their 70-year-old mum in ICU after cardiac arrest. And after the cardiac arrest, she was talking in ED, in the emergency department, and then she got intubated because she could no longer breathe. And now 7 days into this, 7 days of intubation after the cardiac arrest with no apparent hypoxic brain injury, because the lady was talking to her daughter in the emergency room. Now the intensive care team is telling her she's brain dead. And as far as the daughter knows, there's nothing that happened in between intubation and the time they were announcing to her that she's brain dead. Once again, you have to question everything. You got to get access to medical records as quickly as possible. You got to have myself and my team talk to doctors and nurses directly to find out what's exactly happening, because you can't be flying blind. You can't be coming to us 6 months later wanting a medical record review because all of a sudden you're having second thoughts. You need to have second thoughts now, and you need to get a second opinion in real time, right? So the other thing that I found out today is of a recent case, and the case's name is Grace Scara. I hope that I pronounce this correctly. I encourage you to Google Grace Scara and her dad, Scott Scara, because he's blogging now, and he had some media appearances where he says his daughter was murdered in ICU because intensive care teams were euthanizing her during COVID. You got to check out that story, and they put on an illegal DNR, and that's the story that happened in Wisconsin in the US. So I encourage you to Google Grace Schara, Schara. So that's my quick tip for today. If you have a loved one in intensive care, go to intensivecarehotline.com, call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. Also, have a look at our membership for families in intensive care at intensivecaresupport.org. There, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in a membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care and intensive care at home related. If you need a medical record review in real time, we offer that as well. And I do one-on-one consulting and advocacy for families in intensive care, one-on-one. I talk to doctors, talk to nurses directly. I can represent you in family meetings. We have saved so many lives by talking to doctors and nurses directly. We have saved so many lives by looking at medical records and giving that crucial second opinion. Have a look at our testimonial section on our website. If you need a medical record review after intensive care because you have unanswered questions, you are seeking closure, or you are suspecting medical negligence, please contact us as well. But best not to get to that place where you're scratching your head why your loved one passed away by not trying to save them in the first place, which we can help you with. Also bear in mind, approximately 90% of intensive care patients survive, so that means the odds are in your loved one's favor anyway. Keep that in mind at all times. Now, if you find these videos valuable, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, comment below what you want to see next, and share the video with your friends and families. Thanks for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Take care.